WWE postpones massive betrayal on Raw due to Jimmy Uso's heel turn. Directions for AJ Styles on WWE SmackDown and Payback 2023. Life-threatening illness reports regarding Bray Wyatt's absence. Things Jimmy Uso can do after Jey Uso quit WWE. Roman Reigns' WrestleMania 40 opponent after fresh twist on SmackDown. Major name behind all the dissension within Roman Reigns' family. Let's jump right into it. Directions for AJ Styles on WWE SmackDown and Payback 2023. AJ Styles made it to the final three of the Slim Jim Battle Royal at WWE SummerSlam 2023. Despite not winning gold in recent years, Styles is still an accomplished wrestler in WWE, having been a former Intercontinental Champion, 3-time United States Champion, and 2-time WWE Champion. What's next for the Phenomenal One following the biggest party of the summer? Without further ado, here are 5 possible booking scenarios for AJ Styles on SmackDown leading up to WWE Payback 2023. Number 4. AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns has defeated a plethora of WWE's top stars during his record-breaking Universal Championship run. But one name he hasn't smashed during his 1,000-plus day reign is the Phenomenal One AJ Styles. While a match between Styles and Reigns in 2023 would predictably go to the Tribal Chief, it'd still make for an entertaining spectacle worth seeing. Whether this match is held on an episode of SmackDown or a premium live event, wrestling fans would be in for a treat to see AJ Styles battle Roman Reigns. A battle between the Tribal Chief and the Phenomenal One would also be a nice break from all the Bloodline drama involving Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and the Usos. Number 3. AJ Styles goes after the WWE United States Championship. As previously mentioned, AJ Styles has attained 3 reigns as United States Champion. In 2023, Styles could potentially add a 4th reign as US Champ to his resume. Currently, Rey Mysterio is the champion after dethroning Austin Theory for the gold on the August 11, 2023 episode of SmackDown. After defeating Karrion Kross in 3 consecutive singles matches, Styles may be looking to win gold rather than prolong his rivalry with the Devil of Monterrey. Whether it's a singles bout or a multi-man match, wrestling fans would be in for a treat to see 2 legends collide in the form of AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio. If the title match ends up being a multi-man bout, Austin Theory and the LWO's Santos Escobar will most likely be involved in the battle, considering the recent booking of both men in the US title division. Styles may also have to defeat both Escobar and Theory to qualify for a shot at Rey's US title. Number 2. AJ Styles tangles with a familiar foe known as the Nigerian Giant Omos. During the Slim Jim Battle Royal, AJ Styles hit Omos with a phenomenal forearm, causing the Giant to stumble back toward the ropes. 8 WWE superstars then took advantage of the stunned Omos and got the big man over the top rope and onto the floor below. The Nigerian Giant hasn't been seen on WWE TV since his elimination at SummerSlam, but he might return with revenge on his mind against the Phenomenal One. As previously mentioned, Omos and Styles were former partners, winning the Raw Tag Team titles together in 2021. However, the team split up by the end of that year, resulting in a blow-off match during the first Raw of 2022. This feud could be revisited in 2023 and possibly lead to the Payback Premium live event and slash or a match on a future episode of SmackDown. Omos could even get involved in Styles' feud with Kross, helping the former NXT champion finally get a singles victory over the Phenomenal One. Number 1. AJ Styles versus Bobby Lashley's new faction. The OC is the new Hurt Business. The Good Brothers battled the Brawling Brutes on the August 4, 2023 episode of WWE SmackDown. However, their tag team match was declared a no contest after the Street Profits got involved. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford were handing out beatings left and right, taking out the OC's Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, as well as the Brawling Brutes Butch and Ridge Holland. Bobby Lashley would come out to celebrate this beatdown. Neither team has avenged this attack from Bobby Lashley's new faction, which many fans are calling the new Hurt Business. If and when the OC strikes back, they may have AJ Styles leading the charge. It's clear to see Payback is on the horizon, and that's not just a play on words for WWE's next premium live event. Life-threatening illness reports regarding Bray Wyatt's absence. WB fans were left stunned and heartbroken when they learned about the recent report regarding Bray Wyatt's absence from the company. Wyatt was last seen in WWE on February 26, 2023, where he competed in a lights-out street fight match against LA Knight at a house show. However, since then, Wyatt hasn't been seen on television. It was reported that he suffered an injury, but there weren't any official comments by the Stanford-based promotion. According to a new report, Bray Wyatt's injury wasn't just a normal one, it was in actuality a life-threatening illness. WrestleOps recently took to Twitter and posted the new report. They wrote that Wyatt has been getting close to being cleared and was actively recovering from a career and life-threatening illness. As he gets close to being cleared, Bray Wyatt is actively recovering from a career and life-threatening illness. Here's to hoping for the best ahead, tweeted WrestleOps. Fans were quick to notice this. Some of them were left stunned and heartbroken after hearing the new update and started commenting on the post. Another fan was glad to know that Bray was okay and actively recovering. Another fan tweeted they were glad to hear that Bray was on the path to recovery and sent out positive positive thoughts his way. One fan was shocked after learning that Bray was suffering from a life-threatening illness. The fan quoted themselves and wrote that they said something like this could have happened when a lot of people were insulting Bray for his minor injury. Recently, in an episode of True Heel Heat Wrestling, Dutch Mantel said that Wyatt has been writing his own creative which may be more suitable for a comic book, but not for WWE television because it doesn't include much action. Bray Wyatt is writing this stuff, well, it may have been okay for a comic book, but it's not okay for WWE television. It's not action, Dutch Mantel said. Wyatt is set to return soon. Fans believe he will hopefully make his return at WWE Payback, which will take place on September 2, 2023. When you think Bray Wyatt will return, let us know in the comments section below. Things Jimmy Uso can do after Jey Uso quit WWE. On the recent edition of WWE SmackDown, Jey Uso not only attacked Jimmy Uso, Roman Reigns, and Solo Sikoa, but also announced that he's leaving WWE. Jey's announcement has sent shockwaves among fans. Reports suggest Roman Reigns is taking a break due to injury, and if Jey is leaving WWE, this leaves Jimmy Uso alone on the blue brand. This situation also appears to indicate that the company has temporarily postponed the feud involving the Samoan twins. Keeping that in mind, let's discuss the three potential directions Jimmy Uso can take as Jey Uso seemingly exits the Stanford-based promotion. Number 3. Jimmy Uso could initiate a feud against LA Knight. With the Bloodline saga on hold in WWE for the time being, this creates an opportunity for Jimmy to embark on a singles run within the company. Furthermore, a potential feud against LA Knight is a direction that Jimmy could pursue. The self-proclaimed megastar Knight is currently receiving some of the loudest positive reactions in WWE. A feud against Knight could also assist the company in turning Jimmy into a hateful character, setting the stage for his eventual clash with the heroic Jey Uso in the near future. This potential feud could also serve as a platform to elevate LA Knight's status, as it would involve him in one of the most heated storylines within WWE. Number 2. Jimmy could challenge Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. Another potential direction could involve Jimmy challenging the newly crowned United States Champion, Rey Mysterio. A feud against Mysterio could emerge as one of the most promising storylines for SmackDown, especially in the absence of the Tribal Chief and Jey Uso. Furthermore, this setup could lay the groundwork for a clash between Jey and Jimmy. A returning Jey could cost his brother the US Championship match, mirroring what Jimmy did when he betrayed Jey at SummerSlam 2023. Later on, Jey could offer a similar explanation for his actions, stating that winning the title could lead to making Jimmy corrupt, similar to Roman Reigns. This match could also provide Jimmy with an opportunity to shine as a singles competitor in WWE. Number 1. Feud or tag team with Solo Sikoa. Given that Roman Reigns is likely to be absent from WWE television, this also leaves Solo Sikoa alone on the blue brand alongside Paul Heyman. Considering this scenario, another possible direction for Jimmy Uso could involve either a feud against the Bloodline Enforcer or the formation of a tag team with him. The rationale behind a potential tag team partnership with Sikoa could arise from his act of saving the Tribal Chief at SummerSlam 2023. On the other hand, a feud could be set up due to Jimmy's multiple mocking references to Reigns during his promo on SmackDown. It seems that the company has various directions to explore for Jimmy Uso. It will indeed be intriguing to witness how events unfold in the upcoming shows. Roman Reigns' WrestleMania 40 opponent after fresh twist on SmackDown. The fallout from SummerSlam has rocked the WWE universe to its core as Jey Uso's apparent storyline exit has raised doubts about Roman Reigns' future. A new report has shed some light on WWE's direction for WrestleMania 40, where Roman Reigns is still expected to face Cody Rhodes. WrestleMania 39 was initially seen as the show where Roman Reigns would finally drop the undisputed Universal Champion as Cody Rhodes was riding on a lot of momentum. The American Nightmare unfortunately lost and has since been in a drawn-out battle with Brock Lesnar, which concluded at SummerSlam. Roman successfully defended his championship against Jey Uso at the recent WWE PLE, but got laid out by his cousin on SmackDown. Jey also walked out of the company and, as noted by a WWE legend, should spend a few months out before returning to set up a massive WrestleMania 40 showdown. As for Reigns, while backstage changes can't be ruled out, Ringside News reports that the current plan is still for the Tribal Chief and Cody Rhodes to have a rematch in Philadelphia next year. Ringside News was told by a tenured member of the creative team that things can change, and that's something to note, but Roman Reigns as Cody Rhodes has always been the obvious direction for WrestleMania 40. It was also noted that this has been the theory since before their match at WrestleMania 39. Following the swerve during Roman Reigns' latest title defense, fans were eager for this week's SmackDown to witness the next chapter in the Bloodline saga. The show closing segment saw Jimmy Uso give an unconvincing explanation for his attack on Jey. Reigns supported Jimmy before his SummerSlam opponent Jey Uso came out for some answers. The brothers argued over what transpired last Saturday, ending with Jimmy Uso leaving the ring as Roman continued to berate Jey. The former tag team champion snapped and took Reigns and Solo Sikoa down with super kicks. He briefly teased the idea of forgiving Jimmy before laying him out as well. Before walking away through the crowd main event, Jey screamed to the cameras that he was out of WWE, giving rise to speculation about his future. WWE postpones massive betrayal on Raw due to Jimmy Uso's heel turn. Jimmy Uso left the wrestling world in utter shock when he betrayed his brother Jey Uso at SummerSlam. His heel turn has led to yet another chapter in the never-ending Bloodline saga. However, it looks like WWE had to postpone a major betrayal on Raw due to Jimmy Uso's unfathomable heel turn. The Judgment Day has been in a conundrum lately due to the ongoing Cold War between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Quite possibly, WWE is hatching plans to have either of these members betray the other and leave the faction in a precarious state. However, it looks like WWE didn't want to rush the storyline angle, as Jimmy Uso's heel turn is currently one of the hottest things going on. The company might have felt that another heel turn at this moment would not work out, as the Uso storyline would overshadow the Judgment Day's betrayal. It is conspicuous that the Bloodline saga is currently at the apex of storytelling and can transcend any other storyline. That being said, WWE is likely saving Finn Balor and Damian Priest's betrayal for the near future. It might quite possibly culminate at WWE's next premium live event, Payback. The Usos are one of the greatest tag teams in the history of WWE, but a clash between the two brothers is something fans have always longed to see. With Jimmy Uso's inscrutable betrayal at SummerSlam, things look to shape up in this direction for the first time. Jimmy vs. Jey is a match that is destined to be held at the grandest stage of them all. However, WrestleMania 40 is still far away, and the question remains as to how WWE can stretch the tail of the Usos until then. Jey Uso recently announced that he is done with WWE and hinted at leaving the company for good. One of the notable aspects is that WWE also removed him from the current roster page, which gives an inkling that the feud will likely be stretched to April next year. WWE might be planning to keep Jey away from television for a while and may have him return around WrestleMania to resume his rivalry with his brother. It could pave the way for a dream match between Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso at WrestleMania 40. One of the things that WWE might do is have a series of matches between the Usos brothers, with its final chapter culminating at the Showcase of the Immortals in Philadelphia next year. What do you think will finally happen? Sound off in the comments section. Major name behind all the dissension within Roman Reigns' family. Things have never been worse between Roman Reigns and his family members, Jimmy and Jey Uso. After what transpired on last night's SmackDown, many fans are convinced that Paul Heyman is secretly pulling all the strings in the ongoing saga. The Bloodline saga has been one of the hottest acts in WWE since its inception. After dominating the company for a while, the heel faction has been on a downfall spiral in the last few months. While it was just the Usos against Reigns at first, the twins are now at odds after Jimmy cost Jey the match at SummerSlam. The elder brother explained his actions on this week's SmackDown, noting that he did not want Jey to be corrupted by power. While there was visible tension in the arena as the former tag team champions engaged in a war of words, Paul Heyman's reaction to it had fans wondering whether he was manipulating the Inoue family members. However, Jey was not convinced by his brother's words and laid out Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa before leveling Jimmy Uso with a super kick. Frustrated with all the drama, the 37-year-old went on to say that he is quitting the Bloodline, SmackDown, and WWE. The Bloodline dominated WWE for a long period of time. However, it all came crashing down in the last few months, with Jimmy and Jey Uso parting ways with Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Though it is unlikely that the group will come together in the near future, Dutch Mantel talk about a possible scenario in which it could happen. What can put them back together? What about the elders coming together and they have the big meeting and they put them back together towards the end of the show? But you know that's not gonna last, said Mantel. The storyline is most likely to continue with Jimmy and Jey in the coming weeks, as Roman Reigns suffered an injury at SummerSlam and is unlikely to be in action for the foreseeable future.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing